So again, I want to thank everybody for coming, and please join me in welcoming to the stage Yoav Izhar-Prato, who's the CEO of Kenshoo.
Thanks, Aaron. You didn't make a joke about my name. Okay, all right. Welcome, everybody. It's an exciting moment for us, a humbling moment for us. It's the second time we're having this kind of an event. And as I told Aaron, I don't think we can predict the future, let's be honest. We can give some tools and we'll talk about some insights that we have, but predicting the future is something that I don't believe anyone can. So I'm going to talk a bit about what we have planned for the next year or two, and see where it takes us throughout the day, some of which content that is presented here is going to become a conversation rather than a pitch, which is part of how Kenshoo came about. Being engaged in a conversation and trying to reach the right insights and for acting upon it. So last year, for those who've been here, we were trying to instill that theme of, it's not science, it's not art, it's actually a combination of which. So do let yourself go when you plan ahead and not just say it's about data, not just say it's about algorithms. Do understand those hold power, but there has to be that sentiment of, artistic approach that you need to take to things. We were talking a lot about the intersections. This year we found it to be really an overtaking experience in terms of being between consumers and brands, between intent and engagement, between search and social, is a lot of where the world should be going into and tapping on. So as Kenshoo, we decided to place our bets on where we feel it makes most sense. And we were vocal about it before. Now we have the data to support it. That a large chunk of the pie being investment is actually about capturing the intent of consumers, but then driving engagement with those. So as to have a lifetime value kind of an experience, so as to have a very holistic view of what are you trying to actually achieve at the end of the day. We have found that most of our clients are actually tapping that space, but I would say that it is yet to become a mindset and a best practice across the board. And we urge you guys to challenge yourself, whether you're doing the right stuff, whether you are trying kind of new frontiers, where we think there is quite a bit of a promise. We've been rewarded quite a bit by Forrester. That is not to say that we're going to kind of, rest on our laurels, as Aaron keeps saying. For us, it's pushing it to the limit. Whatever score we get from anyone, it will be mostly you guys to tell us whether we've done a good enough job. And even when you will say, you guys are awesome, we will come back with a question, okay, but what can we do more? What can we uncover that no one had done before? So Kenshoo is about pushing itself to the limit. And before I move forward, I will ask the crowd a question, and this is, how many of you have heard of a company called Edquant? Please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. No Kenshoo employees, please. Well, I'm glad to announce that we have acquired a company called Edquant. And I'm really happy that you guys didn't hear about it, because there are much to be said. And I would like to invite both Joe and Sivan to come and tell the backstory, and then I'll share my views.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sivan. I look after business development for Kenshoo, for those who don't know me. Super excited to be here today, especially and more so with the announcement that Yoav just made. Since we built Kenshoo, and even more so since we built social, we were very focused on serving the needs of you guys, the guys sitting in this room, your businesses, and what you actually told us that you needed and how we wanted to help you looking forward. Over the years, it became clear that there are other verticals and segments which we need to invest more, both to penetrate, as well as to allow you guys to leverage the benefits of those verticals, naming specifically the gaming vertical and the mobile app developer vertical, both of which have a lot of alignment from a performance standpoint and from utilizing new trends such as mobile, which are growing exponentially recently. We had a decision to make, either double down and accelerate development over there, or actually find a good partner that we want to bring in-house and work together with and learn from and accelerate the delivery of the value to you guys. So working with our close partner, Facebook, we identified the best partner in the market that is possible for this. Welcome the fastest growing PMD in this space globally, Joe McCormack, co-founder and CEO of AdQuant. Welcome.
Hi, guys. I want another show of hands. Who's heard of AdQuant now? Hi, I'm Joe McCormack. I'm the CEO of AdQuant. Our backgrounds are very similar, actually, to Kenshoo. We started off back in 2007, actually as an agency, similar to a lot of the guys in the room here. And you know, as social kind of started to become this big part of what we were doing, we came from an affiliate marketing background. We started looking out to the market to try and find the best tool that could really serve us. Back then, back in 2007, it was very embryonic. There was nothing that really existed. And we kind of pushed forward, and I'm not sure how many of you know the pains and struggles of working on the Power Editor, but we'd done that for a couple of years, and I show my age now because of it. In 2009, we were one of the first people, alongside Kenshoo actually, only 5 people worldwide to actually get access to the Facebook Ads API. So since 2009, we started growing our business, working across the Facebook Ads API before there was a PMD program, and really grew our business. And then we kind of reached a decision, I guess, internally that our advantage wasn't actually now in the clients that we were serving as an agency, but actually in the technology that we delivered and we'd been building upon to grow our business. So, you know, back in 2011, we really started to push, okay, what's the concept, what's the technology, and whereas Kenshoo, coming from a search background, really looked to serve you guys in terms of, you know, brand, what does a brand mean across social, and, you know, what does an agency need across social. We started looking towards the gaming sector, which was one of the fastest growing and is one of the fastest growing sectors across Facebook, and tried to understand exactly what it is they need. And we took a kind of different approach, and I think this move kind of symbolizes that the market's kind of consolidating in a way. Advertisers are becoming a lot more savvy. You guys are demanding a lot more tools now. So you want to understand, what does it mean? How can I be proactive, right, across my advertising campaigns? And how do I apply this to mobile, and what does that mean? So a lot of the technology that we delivered and we've been building, and I guess has led to us becoming one of the fastest growing PMDs in the market, is really based around that. So, you know, combining the DNA with Kenshoo and getting to be part of the story is really exciting for us. We're looking forward to tapping into Kenshoo, being part of Kenshoo, and hoping to serve you guys a much bigger marketplace, and look forward to working with all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome to the family, Joe. As I keep saying, we're no good in dating. We're good at marriage. So we are committed for this marriage, if you want. There will be a lot of takeaways and learnings and figuring out, like in any marriage, I guess. We think that there is a lot that our existing client base can learn from the techniques that the gaming and mobile app developers have been developing over the years, and vice versa. We think that gaming companies and mobile app developers can gain a lot from the insights that we have been gaining over the years from search and social and cross-channel and stuff. So welcome. It is the first ever acquisition of Kenshoo, so Mazel Tov, as we say in Hebrew. Let's move on. So the theme of this conference is being proactive, and in a way trying to understand where the future lies and what are my potential strategies that I should be deploying. And you know, one can take a guess, and in some cases might be right, but potentially much better approach would be to utilize the stack and the solutions and the collective brain power that we have in this room, and as we surface it to clients. The way we've kind of mapped the world to this date might be biased as according to how we see it, but it is our agenda to empower marketeers and help brands grow. We don't have any agenda making people spend more money. We don't have any agenda as a publisher of any kind. Our agenda is actually to see you guys grow and you guys develop. First and foremost as the organization you represent, but then as individuals, or the guys who know, the guys who are kind of in depth of what's going on. And the way we've structured it is that the way we see it is that there are channels, and we call it channel management. Then there are the optimization layer, analytics, on top of which mobile has emerged. And over the years, a lot of us have been trying to figure out, is this just a hype or is this for real? Can it be actually tapped and done? I think last year had become this year of things are really picking up in mobile. We're doubling the investment over there. We will be talking a bit about that. But then this side of this screen is the side that will, what we think will make the true change. And as we go and kind of try to give, snippets of what has been going on. If you're an advertiser or an agency, so a marketer of any kind of sort or form, that is not making use of the intent-driven audience, which is the latest, I think, release of Kenshoo's product, you should be getting, some cold sweat down your back, and your pulse should be going a bit high, because what that means is that you are not tapping the innovation going on in this market. And by the time you go there, it might be a commodity already. This market is moving fast. The ability to take insights from search and seamlessly, without doing social marketing per se, but seamlessly utilizing the social ecosystem in order to target and build relevant audiences is here and now, and we have the proving data to show you later on why it's so appealing. The ability to track all the data, Aaron was talking about that. Where did you go? Change seats, cool. So the ability to tap all the data and make it kind of seamless to the algorithms or apparent to the marketer is something that we've been investing quite a bit at. We do think we need to get better at it, and you should be expecting us to release some stuff in the coming year around that. Then it's the attribution. We were amazed to see how wrong the approach to attribution is across the world. And I'll be very honest and say that we thought the first acquisition will be around the attribution, because we thought this is something that needs to be covered. But we ended up figuring that nobody had solved it to the point in which we feel that we can be accountable selling such a solution. So we ended up building SmartPath. Some of you are using it. The good thing about SmartPath, as opposed to all these other solutions, is that it is actionable. It is about, okay, so what do I do with the insights and the data that I get? On top of which, and what is going, we hope, to change the marketing universe is halogen. I won't go in depth into halogen. I'll cover it in a few slides, but we'll be talking about it more. The thing is, we do want to make sure that by each and every channel, if you want a bottom-up approach, and only now the top-down is something that we cover. So per each of those product sets, per each of those segments, we will try and hold ourselves accountable. Are we the best in market? And whenever we feel there's an opportunity, whenever we feel that we're not doing a good enough job, you will probably hear it from us first. And as I said yesterday in the customer advisory board for the direct advertisers, we are counting on you to be vocal. We are counting on you to be honest with us and not kind of be polite and you guys are awesome, but try to tell us what needs to be done more to make a difference. Everything we do, we want to make sure that it's anytime, anywhere accessible. There are limitations for which, but as I promised in K2 for those who were there, we're now starting to add the actionability layer on top of the Kenshoo Anywhere application. So it's not going to be reporting only. And yes, there's going to be a pause button. So when you are on a weekend and the campaigns are going wild and you need to pause your campaigns, there will be such a button. Hopefully, folks will be asking, is there also, a proactive button, like there is an opportunity, act on it, rather than just pausing your activities because something has went wrong. So where is the future of Kenshoo, and hopefully fully aligned with where we see the marketing universe? It's right in front of you. I'll start from the Apprise. Apprise is about SmartPath next generation, and it's about this uplift analysis. It's about what happens if you attribute as according to what we see in the data, what is the lift and the gains that you're going to be seeing. Initial tests showed some solid proof points, so we are doubling down the investment over there. The pace is about a budget allocation across channels, something that was crucial for local clients, those who are managing a lot of SMBs and/or advertisers having multi-location environments. There is one big budget and it needs to be kind of spent across the base, and things are changing. How do I automate that? That question that arose as a challenge became something that we started innovating into. We feel that, again, across channels, even for large advertisers and brands and agencies, this is something that can be tapped. And again, there are proof points of why. The Inform is all about what we called before the marketing calendar. This is about the external signals. This is about all the stuff that are going on, from TV campaigns to seasonality to trends to whatever. But it's the ability to inform the algorithms with what's going on ahead of time so that we can recalibrate. And again, over there, we also kind of have some proof points to share. The 4C is probably the most disruptive and bold, if you want, revolution that we're trying to instill. And after running 100 campaigns, some of which are pretty large, we saw a significant increase in the TAM and the opportunity for you guys, north of 30%. And this is while definitely improving the metrics, in this case, the return on investment, up to 50%. So not only the opportunity has grew to be larger, but also you will be spending your monies much, much better. The way I like to say foresee, and how this discussion started with Moti, I think it was 3.5, 4 years ago in a small room. All of us at the end of the day need to figure out what is the budget we're going to be spending. So it's cool to say, you know what, I don't have a limit to my budget. As long as you meet my ROI, it's... Well, let's be honest, guys. At the end of the day, we work in large corporations. We need to budget. We need to plan. And yeah, the ROI might be a driver, but we do need to gauge and understand for how much money should we be allocating. So 4C is exactly answering that question. It gives you that ability to understand what are the returns you're going to be getting according to X, Y, or Z budgets. We do think that it will lower the barrier to entry for new channels that will introduce themselves if we do a good enough job. Because that becomes your kind of pilot computer, pilot aid as you steer that plane. That becomes that thing that rewards any channel that is good out there. And all those channels, whether it's Google or Facebook or Bing or Twitter or something else tomorrow morning, is something that will be held accountable as according to what are the returns from business goals and a business mindset that you will be kind of interacting with this layer. So the future of, and these are just initial mock-ups and how we see it, we would like to think that you guys are pilots. And as such, yes, you know to fly a plane even when instruments are off. This is your job. This is why you're getting paid. That's awesome. The thing is, you need to run fast, you need to move fast, sometimes you fly at night, and this is why you need the instruments. You need this kind of technology to help you go and reach places. So we will be kind of mocking up a couple of ideas, something that we, the advisory board will be chiming in on and trying to help us code the next generation of marketing, if you want. And we hope it will make a true change to this industry and for the better. At the end of the day, don't forget to have fun. Thank you.